So yet again, COVID throws us travelers another twist. And so what do I mean by that? Well, as November 6th, the US just announced another travel restriction. And so in this week's video, I'm going to share everything you need to know about those travel restrictions and what that means to you. Plus, if you stick around all the way to the end, I'm going to give you 2 resources on how to stay up to date on the current travel restrictions in the areas that you're going. Cue that intro.
What's up, YouTube? Trevi from the Adventure Buddies, the modern travel family, bringing you another video filled with tips, tricks, and inspiration to make sure you maximize your next family adventure, like we always do here at the Adventure Buddies.
So the first part of these new travel restrictions is how it relates to international flyers. So for those coming back into the United States, regardless of vaccination status, so you now also have to have a negative COVID test 24 hours prior to your departure time. Why is that different? Well, prior to that, if you were vaccinated, you had that 72-hour window, and those who were not vaccinated had only 24 hours. Now, with this new restriction starting November 6th, everybody, again, regardless of vaccination status, has to have that negative COVID test 24 hours prior to departure time. Now, the other piece of this travel restriction that just went into effect is the extension of the mask mandate on all federal transportation, meaning your planes and your trains. So if you are looking to travel by plane, you will continue to wear a mask all the way up until the next deadline, which is March 18th. So if you know anything about travel restrictions, there was just an update to the travel restriction about a month ago, then there's another one, so all this can get fairly confusing. So how do you go about understanding the current travel restrictions, both in your area and the location that you're going to? Well, here we use a website called canitravel.net. This is a free website that allows you to put your starting location and your ending location, and then it auto-populates all the current travel restrictions and travel requirements that you need to be aware of prior to your departure. So consider checking this out, because this resource is something that we use almost on every single trip during this recent pandemic. So the next resource that I'm going to recommend is a new one that we just stumbled upon called UpAway Concierge. So this is a company that allows you to text them directly for anything related to your trip. And why this is particularly useful is because during the COVID pandemic, they've really started to set themselves apart by providing relevant, up-to-date, and immediate travel restriction updates and what you need to know based on where you're going. So if you're interested, check out upaway.app, APP, and here you're going to be able to get a number which you'll be able to text in your question and get an immediate response. And so this is anything, again, from travel accommodations, travel restrictions, or just common questions about the location you're going to. And so we personally haven't used these guys yet, but this is something that we're going to on our upcoming trip, which stay tuned and hit that subscribe button, because you're going to see where we're going next in 2022. So there you guys have the updated travel restrictions that just went into effect on November 6th, including the 24-hour testing notification process, plus the new extension of the mask mandate. However, we went over 2 resources that really help you out, canitravel.net and upaway.app. Make sure you check out both of these websites for your particular needs, or make sure you follow us along at the Adventure Buddies, whether on Instagram or TikTok, where we keep you up to date on all travel restrictions, as well as providing different travel tips and adventure ideas. Because after all, life's an adventure. Who are you going on it with?